So these are your petrissage techniques, and the first one we're starting with here is a single-handed kneading technique. You can see my fingers are picking up the muscle and then my palm is squashing it back down again. So, and also my hand is supporting the leg to prevent any knee roll, so preventing discomfort around the knee joint.
So it's really important to keep your client comfortable. What we're looking at here now is double-handed kneading of the traps. So just a variation, you can swap between your hands. And in this example, we're treating across the body, but you can treat on the same side. As long as you are behind the technique, that's what's most important.
So this is kind of best really on the sort of the peripheries of the body, isn't it? It's easier to pick up the tissues here.
Yeah, so you can see again here, kneading a little bit more difficult than the lower back, but it does give you the idea. You can sort of pull up and push the tissues back down into it. And again on the arm, same sort of thing. A little bit more difficult, but does give you an idea of getting the tissues lifting and moving with the kneading there.
It's a very flexible technique actually. Okay, so now we're on to ringing. So as you can see the muscle being torqued between my hands, so it's being twisted. Slowed it down there a little bit. So you are using your thumbs and your fingers opposite each other. Some areas are much easier than others, depends on how tight the muscles are. But again, it's great on limbs, sort of peripheries around the back.
This works really well, I find, sort of integrated in after your effleurage, back to effleurage a little bit to get everything moving. So here's a really nice example on the lats. You can see just how much my body's moving in that video.
So this is a more toned down version of it, just using like the thumbs to create a small area of ringing, and then into bigger movements. And you can speed it up and slow it down. You can work across the body and you can also work on the same side with that one. Again, easy to use on the arm. Just make sure the arm is well supported and in a good position. So you can see a readjust there just to make sure that the muscle's nice and relaxed and the client's joints are protected.
So the next one here, this is the next technique, and we're looking at picking up. You can see really clearly that the muscles are just being picked up and effectively pulled away from the tissues underneath. Again, using both hands to make it supported, offers more support to the leg. And they're slowed down. You can really see how the muscle sort of is picked up, and you can see the movement there really clearly. It's also really important, again, with this one to stay behind the technique. Don't be trying to pull up towards you. It's moving your shoulders back to pull it back.
As you can see, this is slightly different. So we've added a slight shake in there. So again, it's still the picking up and lifting away, but then there's a little bit of vibration type shake through the movement.
That just starts to give a little bit of extra blood flow as well. So it's starting to just give you a bit of variety. Again, you can see there, onto the same side or opposite side.
Picking up on the arm, nice easy one.
Yeah, just making sure as well that you're keeping not too much lotion. So they're looking like we're just rubbing a little bit more in. Gives you a little bit more security so you're not slipping off and pinching those tissues.
Finally on to skin rolling. So as we said, this is great on scar tissue, and if you find it really hard to roll in an area, it's probably an area that needs skin rolling ridiculously. But it's a case of using the thumbs and then walking the fingers around. This is a good one on the flat of the back, isn't it? Works really well, but it can be used anywhere. But like I said, scar tissue really is good for this.
Yeah, so you can see there the thumbs sort of walking into the fingers, almost like a spider technique. It will leave some arrhythmia, so do warn your clients. There's a bit of skin reddening. But in essence, those are your petrissage variations.